by May 31st, $2,948.34 per XRP. Officially, the XRP price is certified to rise to $1.25 quadrillion, starting to run into the XRP ledger as of May 31st. It's going to be that insane that even the Ripple Labs CEO, Brad Gunning, has publicly on Twitter and verified that the Federal Reserve of the United States, known as U.S. Strategic Reserve, would incorporate XRP, and that the International Monetary Fund, sometimes known as the World Bank, has already established the XRP price at more above $10,000, and stressing that XRP has already exceeded Bitcoin in South Korea as well. Indeed, you all are correct. We are about to cover all of this in this video. All you will do is touch like, then subscribe to channel, and share this video. Apart from that, I'm donating $100 to every one of you seeing this video. No conditions, no requirements. Simply register to support using my link in the description and perform a transaction of any amount. 1 cent, $1, $10. You like and share this video. Be sure to remark XRP bullish news in the comment area. That said, let's get straight into it. Some utterly insane news has come out over the last few days. Indeed, only 12 hours ago, Chris Sparks and Ripple's chief legal officer, known as CLO, formally declared XRP would be worth $1,000 plus easily if Ripple seized only 10% of the switch volume. This is not the first time a Ripple co-founder or a large official declares an XRP price. Actually, the Ripple Labs co-founder and the XRP co-founder. XRP is meant for $10,000, both publicly stated. David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, formally declaring that XRP is more likely to hit $1 million, which seems ridiculous, than it is to hit one and stay there. We now, of course, understand the great promise of XRP, and this video right here of the Analyst verifying that by May 31st, 1.25 quadrillion would drop into the XRP ledger for a large price forecast of almost $2,948.34. What you're going to hear in this clip, and it's going to show you how the banks across the world, the central bank and the SWIFT payment system, is all looking to go at XRP and the accepted ledger, because XRP is taking from their market, and it's going to officially release, again, May 31st, $2,940.34 per XRP. Let's run the clip. Methods: daily $5 trillion or 1.25 quadrillion. Yearly, SWIFT, if you are unaware, quadrillion yearly. If XRP gets 5 to 10% of volume, let's just assume 10% of volume, $125 trillion yearly. The need for XRP. By the way, it could be any of these other technologies we're discussing. Analysts believe that a $10 trillion market value might drive XRP's price to $100 per token, with complete replacement perhaps pushing it higher. Methods was the various applications between RLUSD and XRP. Could you perhaps double-click there and clarify or summarize your perspective on distinct individual use cases with one and the other? Sure, first of all, I believe it's crucial to grasp the distinction, since some false information, as once more, back to the tribalism issue some individuals, I believe. This read our perspective. For a number of reasons, we stay totally dedicated to the XRP ecosystem. Obviously, we possess a lot of XRP on this very effective network, are completely dedicated. XRP, let me remind you, is the native coin on the XRP ledger. It's needed for gas, reserves, accounting ledger, but really the XRP ledger calls for XRP. We utilize Ripple as a bridge asset for cross-border payments in our go-to-market strategy. On type of per-transaction basis, it's extremely very quick and almost free. We use it worldwide. When currency exchanges are less common, there is less liquidity. That manner, it can support a stable coin. Ripple has used stable currency for years, therefore going to the other side, we were using Tether. We were using USDC. As time passed, we sort of questioned ourselves, well, considering how we, at one point openly stated, we were minting 20% of all USDC. So we sort of questioned ourselves, well, hold on, could we join this market? In my opinion, even if I maybe still use other technology at different times, I believe we felt as though we really had a part to play here. On-chain payments call for reliable coins. Thus, stable currencies are going to be needed as more and more assets get tokenized on the XRP ledger. And that's partly shown even by the donde pronouncement from earlier today. We still have much to investigate. Talking about the price of XRP makes me believe we should consider the debt. Central banks also have motivation to eliminate such debt immediately. They discovered a remedy, blockchain. Based on the studies, they really are going to, in my opinion, and I can verify this, the International Monetary Fund has already set a price before all this integration began to take place. This was several years ago. They settled on a price. And I learned much from Linda P. Jones, has a friend who had worked at the Central Bank of Australia, and she claimed they settled on a price in the hundreds. Now, when we discuss the XRP price, once again, we must consider the worldwide debt, the motivation for central banks to eliminate it, even to use this source of liquidity from XRP to promote openness. Moving into the digital economy, this is what they will be using. XRP is a financial tool for the world economy. The price of XRP calls for a debt examination. Moreover, central banks currently have a motivation to merit that debt. Gentlemen, you must witness this. Literally in under a month, we've just shown you some master clips verifying hundreds upon trillions of dollars streaming into the XRP ledger, occurring momentarily. What we are witnessing here, however, many nations and countries outside the United States of America are adopting it globally. For instance, XRP surpassed Bitcoin in South Korea. At one time, even trading at a jaw-dropping price of $50.17 US Yonkorean exchanges, while the worldwide price of XRP stays at $2.22. Now, on top of this, think being quite early with Bitcoin. This is the man. He acquired $1 and bought Bitcoin, which turned into $100. But you are quite early on the XRP ledger right now. Everyone who now has XRP is comparable to being quite uncommon in the future several years. Like back in 2002, 2003 with Bitcoin. XRP is the new Bitcoin, but it's actually on steroids. Now consider it like this.